So, it's time to face the final boss, Strahd von Zarovich. This boss has a ton of AoE attacks, and they all really hurt. Most of them can one-shot you if you aren't careful, so it's a good idea to head in with a bunch of scrolls just in case you drop. Before you go into the boss room, everyone should take turns dropping and picking up the Sunsword. If you look at your buff bar, you'll notice the yellow buff icon stacking. This means you'll take less damage from Strahd's attacks. I've heard that any stacks over 2 don't affect anything because that caps the damage resistance, but most groups will stack it to 5 anyways. If everyone gets to touch the shiny sword, everyone's happy, right? When you first enter, you don't get to attack the boss because he'll just pull you and knock you back before the Sunsword becomes cursed for the first time. The 4 corners of the room are the safest to stand during the cursed phases because the least red zones appear there. I always run to the one on the far right. Everyone should stay close together to stack defenses like auras, DC powers, pillar of power, you know. You can judge where the red zones will appear based on where the tiny hovering red flames are. There is almost always a safe spot on the floor, but it's best not to stray outside of the range of your party's protective powers. After the Sunsword becomes cursed, Strahd will grab someone and everyone else has to break them out. After that, one member of the party will be sent into a nightmare, which is below the arena. The others left above must kill the 4 nightmares to set the trapped person free. The person who is sent below has 2 options. Either run in wide circles and avoid the nightmares, or try to fight them. Usually, fighting only works if you have a lot of life steal to stay alive. The longer your party takes to kill the nightmares above, the more executioners will spawn. Each time Strahd laughs, a new one will spawn. If they get close enough to you, they're gonna kill you. Because they're executioners, you know. Once all 4 nightmares have been killed above, the person below will be thrown back into the arena rather ungracefully. At this point, the DPS should run and grab the sword, and then everyone huddles together to prepare for Strahd's arrival. This cycle repeats 2 to 4 times depending on the strength of the party. A good tanking strategy is to remain by the wall and bring Strahd to you. He will root whoever has the aggro and push them backwards, and since he can't push you through the wall, it really helps to keep him in one spot for DPSing. When Strahd says, "Come then," attacking him will drain the Sunsword's charge, which is very important for keeping everyone alive at the end. If you see him say this, wait for him to swing his sword and come to you before attacking him. If you get the 4 arrows on you, you may recognize them from previous fights like FBI. However, they function differently in Castle Ravenloft and can instantly kill you if you aren't paying attention. Whenever anyone in the radius of the arrows uses an encounter power, you lose a large amount of health, roughly 50% of whoever used the encounter. If everyone uses encounter powers, everyone's gonna die. If you get the arrows, running away from the party and not using any encounters will prevent all the damage. We didn't know this in this video of the dungeon, so that's why you see us all looking like idiots whenever the arrows appear. Once you get Strahd down to about 25% health, he will use his Brink of Death attack, which pulls everyone up and into the middle on a red floor. At this point, everyone should huddle around whoever has the Sunsword and wait for the sword to finish talking. After he has finished saying, "Raise me to the heavens," the sword wielder can use the daily power to raise the shield. Raising it any earlier than that will cause the shield to run out of charge before the attacks are over, which means everyone is going to die. Strahd will attack 4 times, and if everyone is still living afterwards, everyone will drop back down to the floor. And then you can go back to the corner like before and finish him off. If people do die during his final attack, don't use a scroll right away. Wait until after the attack has completed before using one. I will be uploading a separate video that explains how to use the Sunsword as well as how to use the tome in the first boss. Hopefully this video can help prevent a lot of unnecessary scroll usage. Good luck, and hopefully you don't wipe a million times like we did the first time we did it. Okay, bye.
infinite power, infinite power, power. Infinite power.